Hari Om. Welcome everyone to this evening's Satsang program. Welcome to those who are visiting, to the new light group that started this week. Welcome. We'll begin with some chanting and then move into the rest of the evening with our MC, Jivana. So the practice of chanting, for those that would like to follow along, there are blue booklets in the back. For those that grabbed one on the way in, we'll begin with some of the opening slokas on page 9 together. We'll do a few of those if you would like to follow along. And then when we get to page 12, we'll move into call and response chanting. So I'll sing a line and then we'll all respond together. So beginning with 3 ohms. Om. Now call and response, page 12. Jaya Guru Shiva Guru Hare Guru Ram. 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 Jagat Guru Param Guru Sat Guru Sham. Jagat Guru Param Guru Sat Guru Sham. Hari Guru Advaita Guru Ananda Guru Om. 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 Chit Guru Chit Gana Guru Chinmaya Guru Om. Chit Guru Chit Gana Guru Chinmaya Guru Om. Jaya Guru Shiva Guru Hare Guru Ram. Jaya Guru Shiva Guru Hare Guru Ram. Shivananda 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 Pahimam. Shivananda 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 Pahimam. Shivananda 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 Pahimam. Shivananda 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 Pahimam. Shivananda 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 Rakshamam. Shivananda 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 Rakshimam. Shivananda 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 Pahimam. Shivananda 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 Pahimam. Shivananda 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 Pahimam. Shivananda 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 Pahimam. Shivananda 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 Rakshamam. Shivananda 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 Rakshimam. Shivananda Shiva Shivananda, Shivananda Rakshamam.
Shivananda, Shivananda, Shivananda Rakshamam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya.
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 Satchidananda Guru Satchidananda.
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 Shri Guru Jaya 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 Guru Satchidananda.
Satchidananda Guru Satchidananda.
Satchidananda Guru Satchidananda.
Satchidananda Guru Satchidananda.
Satchidananda Guru Satchidananda.
Jaya Guru Jagat Guru Satchidananda.
Jaya Guru Jagat Guru Satchidananda.
Jagat Guru Param Guru Satchidananda.
Jagat Guru Param Guru Satchidananda.
Param Guru Om Guru Satchidananda.
Param Guru Om Guru Satchidananda.
Satchidananda Guru Satchidananda.
Satchidananda Guru Satchidananda.
Satchidananda Guru Satchidananda.
Satchidananda Guru Satchidananda.
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 Samvasada Shiva, Samvasada Shiva, Samvasada Shiva, Sambashivam. 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 Samvasada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva. Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva. Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Shiva, Samba Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Hara 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 Hara, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Hara 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 Hara, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Namo Narayanaya, Om 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 Namah Shivaya, 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 Shivaya Namah Om, Shivaya Namah Om, Shivaya Namah Om, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om, Shivaya Namah Om, Shivaya Namah Om, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva 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 Shivaya Namah Om, Hara 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva 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 Shivaya Namah Om, Hara 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 Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Amba Parameshwari Akhilandeshwari Haripara Shakti Palayamam. 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 Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Jagadamba. Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Jagadamba. Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Lalitamba. Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Lalitamba. Amba Parameshwari Akhilandeshwari Haripara Shakti Palayamam. 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 Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Jagadamba. Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Jagadamba. Om Mata, Mata Lalitamba.
Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Lalitamba.
Amba Parameshwari Akila Handeshwari Hari Para Shakti Palayamam.
Amba Parameshwari Akilandeshwari Hari Para Shakti Palayamam.
Amba Parameshwari Akila Handeshwari Hari Para Shakti Palayamam.
Amba Parameshwari Akilandeshwari Hari Para Shakti Palayamam.
Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Jagadamba.
Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Jagadamba.
Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Lalitamba.
Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Lalitamba.
Om Mata, Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Jagadamba.
Om Mata,
Om Mata, Om Shri Mata Jagadamba. Lalitamba. Jagadamba. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
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 Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om,
Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om,
Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Hari Om. Hari Hari Om.
Thank you all so much for that wonderful kirtan. Let's share our appreciation for Reverend Surya, Krishna Kumari, Sister Vani, and Matt on drums. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Jivana, and welcome to Satchidananda Ashram Yogaville Saturday Night Satsang. This evening's satsang is live streamed on YouTube and Vimeo, so people all across the world can join us in our gathering of seekers of truth. I'm curious, is anyone here, is this your first satsang with us? Oh, oh, wow, okay, quite a few new people. Well, welcome. To those of you who have been here before, welcome back. It's always nice to see your familiar faces celebrating with us. I don't know. Is everybody, where are we all from? Shout it out all at once. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I got it all. Thank you. Yep. Well, welcome. We're now going to join in some prayers for the entire world, and you can see this on the yellow page, the side with the globe on the front. Please stand in body if you are able, and join in these prayers for world peace. Auspiciousness be unto all, perfect peace be unto all, fullness be unto all, prosperity be unto all, happiness be unto all, perfect health be unto all. May all see good in everyone. May all be free from suffering. You may be seated. Thank you. So as we're setting up backstage, we're going to prepare to watch a little video of Swami Satchidananda, our Gurudev, who's going to be speaking about perfection in action, social equality, karma, and prayer. So wonderful, beautiful topics that we can all aspire to help create in this world. Please enjoy.
In Tirukkural, there's a beautiful verse to define this. It's in Tamil language. It goes like, Poimayum vaimayidatta purai thirnda nanmai payakkumenin. Which means even a lie is to be taken as honest. You tell a lie and it becomes a honest act. When Puraithirnda nanme payakkumein. If that lie doesn't harm anybody, that's one condition. And then it should at least bring some benefit to somebody. No harm and at least a little benefit. These are the two criteria. Whatever you do, think in these terms. By doing this, will it harm anybody? The answer is yes, it's not a yogic act. Okay. Will it benefit somebody at least? Yes. So it should be a useful act. It should be beneficial to anybody, somebody at least. Otherwise it's the best. But action is, it doesn't bring any benefit, any effect. So that is called a perfect act. No harm to anybody, some benefit at least to somebody. That is integral yoga. So we should always keep this in mind and perform our day-to-day activities. Think before you do. Think before you talk. Think before you think. Yeah. Question yourself, will this harm anybody? Will this be bringing any benefit to anybody? At least just those two questions, that's all. You don't need much more. The entire philosophy, religion, yoga, everything is built into that. If your life is based on this principle, you are a yogi, you are a saint, you are a prophet, you are a sage, you are a philosopher. So let's keep that in mind. How they say? It's a sheet. Is there a connection between the lack of social equality and the karma doctrine? Yes, there is a connection. People experience differently their lives. People are in different levels. Some are born in palaces, some are born in huts, some are born handicapped, some in good health, some are born with intelligence in the very beginning itself, child prodigy we say. Some haven't acquired anything even at the age of 80, 90. It's all because of karma. I think again Tirukural comes handy. He gives an idea of what karma is. You don't have to go and search for the different results of karmas. Look at a person who rides on an elephant. And the one who leads the elephant caretaker. There are two types of people. One sitting on the elephant enjoys the ride. One walking, directing the elephant. Both are human beings. Why should one be up, the other one down? Or I would say the horse and the rider. Why should be the rider is the rider and the horse and that carries the rider? They're not only people. The horse also has its karma. That is the proof of karma. Then probably following this, there will be a next question. Who gives that karma to us? Who makes the horse to be a horse, decides that, and the other person to ride the horse? Nobody else. You are responsible for your karma. The horse is responsible for the horse karma. It's not that somebody In India, we say that the Brahma Libi, the Creator, writes the karma on our head. You know, the skull connections, skull joints, looks like a letter, scribbled this way and this way. It's called Brahma Libi, Brahma's writing. But that is interpreted as the Creator, the Brahma, writes on somebody's head and say, you go and take a birth in a slum. You go take a birth in a palace. No. He writes, okay. He writes according to your acts. You asked for it. You are responsible for your karma. Nobody else. There are stories in the Hindu mythology. Even gods, when they perform an action, they have to face their consequences. Even gods cannot escape. There goes the prayer. God, please save me from this problem. God will say, when I do something, I also have to undergo. Why do you come to me? Then, is it wrong to pray? The one answer leads to another question. You feel comfortable in praying. You think, but by praying, it will be simplified, lessened the karma pain, and you pray. You feel that and you pray. So it's your act that helps you. It's not that God comes and takes it away. Many people say, oh, so and so is sick, please pray. There a lot of people send their requests for prayers here. We all sit and pray. Does it mean that God immediately answers to our prayers? The person who suffers, is he not a child of God? You have to tell the God to take care of him. It's almost like an older boy goes to the father and tells the father, Dad, take care of the younger boy. It's not so. But you are comfortable. You feel comfortable that I prayed. You are expressing your compassion. That doesn't mean God immediately has to answer you. God knows what to do. It is. God is. I can give a lot of examples. Electricity. Can you say electricity? Why are you giving only light? Or music? Or movement? I'm not giving anything. I am. That's all. I'm not doing anything. You connect a gadget, you get the benefit. You plug your lamp, you get the light. Does it mean that I am giving you light? No. You plug the fingers, you get shock. Am I giving you a shock? No, I'm not interested in giving light or shock. Depends upon how you approach me. So I am there as a neutral person. So all the social differences are according to their karma that they have done before or doing now, past and present. You wanted it, you got it. And we have the capacity to change. But then another question might come. Then should we use this philosophy to the people who starve in poor countries and say that is their karma, they are starving, I don't have to do anything? No. They are starving because of their karma. Sure. But you are seeing them. God has given you a compassion. God has given you some facilities. Share it with others. If such people are not there, how can you become a donor? It's not that they have to thank you, you have to thank them for making you a donor. If the giver, if the receiver is not there, how can there be a giver? So, by giving, you perform a karma. Even with all that, their karma is not going to allow them to receive your giving. They may not even receive. Not that you gave and they should receive it. Not necessarily. This reminds me of a story. Once upon a time, Mr. and Mrs. Shiva, you mean the Lord Shiva, it's an Indian story, it happened in India. They were just going for a ride in their white bull plane. All of a sudden, Mrs. Shiva, her name is Parvati, she looked down and saw a poor man, weak person, tottering, slowly walking on the road, and crying, Amma, Appa, Amma, Appa. That means in Tamil, mother, father, calling God, God and Goddess. Naturally, mother's heart is a kind heart, much kinder than the father, no doubt. So, but in those days, so even though she wants to help him, she wants the permission from this macho season. In those days, don't ask me why, the story is such. So she looked at him and looked at Mr. Shiva and honey, the poor man seemed to be suffering, starving, weak. can we help him? And he looked at it. You don't have to ask me. It's nice for asking, it's all right, but you are in charge of the money, grains, Anna Lakshmi, Darya Lakshmi, Danya Lakshmi. You are in possession of everything. I'm simply a mendicant like. You are in charge of it. You can give anything you want. But thanks, nice for asking me. I like that idea. But you can do it yourself. And I know I can do it, but I wanted to ask you. Oh, yes, sure. You do it. So they agreed that Parvati should give. So what can I give him? Okay, I'm going to bundle up a few gold sovereigns, gold coins, and then drop it in front of him. When he is walking, say about 100 yards farther away, he drop it. As if he will say he found a treasure. And take it and go home and living happily ever after. So they dropped the money bag and they were watching. All of a sudden, this poor fellow, instead of calling Amma, Appa, a thought came in. But you see, there are much more poor people than me. Not only poor, they are blind people also. At least God has given me eyes. The blind people will be suffering more. Oh, I want to experience that also. So he picked up a stick somewhere on the road, closed his eyes as if blind, and he was walking. About 150 yards he walked, and then, oh, bah, see, at least I'm having my eyes, I'm not blind, thank God for that. And he walked. What happened to the bundle? It was left behind. Shiva looked at Parvati. I understand this. We cannot even help him. He has to experience and purge out his own karma. So even if we help, he should deserve to accept it. He doesn't deserve that. I understand that now. That is karma theory, my honey. It actually happened. That is what. So don't assume that whatever, when you want to help somebody, they have to receive your help. No. They should have the karma to receive your help. But that should not stop you from going and helping. You did your part. So there is the connection between social equality and the karma doctrine. I'm watching my karma.
Well, thank you, Gurudev, for those wonderful words of wisdom. I know I gleaned a lot from this video tonight, particularly on actions. And I love how at the very end he talked about, he's talking about my understanding of this perfect action, taking the next right step and letting go of the attachment, letting go of the outcome, and just showing up for the moment, for the action. And also earlier in the video talking about, karma, and in the sense of all of our actions will be, thank you. All of our actions should be helpful to someone, at least someone, and harmful to no one. And so kind of giving us and laying that foundation for what those right actions look like. I'm really thankful for those lessons and the inspiration to carry that forward. All right, so next we'll be having a speaker come up, a very esteemed speaker. We're very blessed to have her with us, Swami Karunananda. Thank you, Swamiji, for coming here to share your evening with us, or your wisdom and your evening with us. A little bit about Swamiji. She's an ERYT 500 and has taught yoga for 50 years. And today she specializes in programs that focus on Raja Yoga, meditation, pranayama, and personal transformation. In 1989, she developed the Integral Yoga Teacher Training Program in Raja Yoga, and in 1991 in meditation, and has conducted trainings for students ever since. She is featured in the interfaith documentary With One Voice. She compiled the Lotus Prayer Book, consisting of prayers from various faiths and enlightening tales as told by Sri Swami Satchidananda. She contributed to the Breath of Life, Integral Yoga Pranayama. Her book, Awakening, Aspiration to Realization Through Integral Yoga, provides guidance for the spiritual path. Swami Karunananda served as president of Satchidananda Ashram Yogaville in Virginia and in California, and as director of the Integral Yoga Institutes in San Francisco and Santa Barbara, so not very much. And she currently serves as the Board of Trustees and Spiritual Life Board at Satchidananda Ashram Yogaville. It's just amazing. Thank you so much, Swamiji, for all of your service. All right, so we'll welcome you up to the stage, and we have a few questions, hopefully to glean some inspiration.
Just one. Thank you, Matt. Good evening, everybody. Hari Om. So,
Would you like the questions?
sure. This is the segment of the program formerly known as Stump the Swami. Okay? Oh my goodness. First question. I think any Swami who you ask this to would have the same reaction I'm having. Do you have any stories of your time with Swami Satchidananda that were meaningful and life-changing? What do you think, Priyananda? I would say every single solitary moment. You know, back in the 60s and 70s, it was a time when one great master from the East after another came to the West. It was a time of sincere seeking by the youth. It was the time of the Vietnam War and all the protests back then, the hippie revolution, the immersion into various ways to experience artificial highs, I would say. The youth were disenchanted with the materialistic values of society and were basically seeking deeper meaning and purpose in life. Sometimes by good methods, sometimes by questionable methods, but the seeking was sincere. And that attracted this influx of great spiritual masters. I was living in the Bay Area of California at the time, in Berkeley, and then in San Francisco. And the San Francisco Integral Yoga Institute became a hub, a womb of the New Age spiritual life movement. I once gave an interview for the Bay Guardian, which was sort of comparable to what we have in New York or had, the Village Voice. It was the go-to paper. And the reporter mentioned that the Integral Yoga Institute of San Francisco was regarded like the Catholic Church of the New Age movement. I think that was the headline of the article, the Catholic Church of the New Age movement. We were at the forefront, and just about every teacher that came through that institute and was launched on their mission from that initial place of meeting people. So it was established in '69. I came to that area in 1970. And in September, I went to the first big retreat in California with Swami Satchidananda. And when I say big, at least 350 people attended. And we were coming out of that culture that I described. The retreat was held at a very rustic camp in the Santa Cruz Mountains. It was so rustic and the facilities were so limited that they didn't have an indoor venue where we could meet with Gurudev, that the whole group could meet at one time. So all our meetings were outside. In fact, one of the photos in Guru Bhavan, in our meditation hall, where you see him sitting outside with a wooden structure behind, bundled up, we're all bundled up with blankets too. And in the cool, brisk mountain air, as the mist was lingering over the mountains, he delivered the mystical teachings of the East. And it was phenomenal. I came from a background of science and philosophy, having recently graduated college. I had a lot of questions, and by the time I graduated, I had even more questions than when I began my course of study. And I was affected by the culture in which we were living. The retreat was 5 days long. As soon as he began to speak, and I heard those teachings, tears began to flow in abundance down my cheeks. I didn't even know why I was crying, but the tears flowed incessantly. And as the days went on, I felt like something that had been arid, barren, empty for maybe millennia was, by God's grace, being watered again. In particular, he spoke about the teachings of Raja Yoga, the royal path of yoga, which describe the integral yoga teachings. By the time that retreat ended, for the first time in my life, all my questions were answered. And with that, my very curious mind, for the first time, totally knew peace, pure and perfect peace. And I felt and saw embodied in him the peace my own soul was craving, the peace, not only peace, but there was a stability and an all-embracing, all-inclusive spirit that made you feel welcome and at home. And I knew that that's what I wanted in my life. And nothing else, nothing less would ever fill that space that I felt fulfilled in him. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a try. And I literally left that retreat, so what is it, 55 years ago now, 1970, and I literally never came off it. That was September 1970, and in February 1971, we got a house that we rented in Berkeley. Back in those days, we called it Berkeley, California. I moved in, and I never looked back. And interestingly, a number of people who live at this ashram and in this community to this day were part of that original group. So I think the unique thing, or one of the unique things that Swami Satchidananda did, was he didn't simply establish institutions or studios where people could practice yoga, but he built community. He built family. He brought us together so that we could literally practice yoga every moment of our day. One of the things that has always fascinated me is when people say, I did my yoga today. And I'm going, you did your yoga? What did you do? You know? And of course, what they would be referring to usually is maybe a half hour of hatha yoga, maybe half hour of meditation. That was their yoga. But that's just preparation for yoga. The idea is you prepare the mind through meditation, you prepare the body through your asana, pranayama, and then with an easeful body, a peaceful mind, you go into your life, whatever life has to present for that day, and to the best of your ability, you do that easefully. As Gurudev used to describe it, yoga means to be easeful in body, peaceful in mind, and useful in life. It's 24/7, 24/7. And the way I like to think of it, even if you do a lot of yoga, like an hour in the morning and an hour at night, that's 2 full hours a day. How many hours are there in a day? 24 hours in a day. I was about to ask if there's a mathematician in the room. I think I need one. So 24 hours in a day. So imagine, and out of that, 2 hours are totally devoted to yoga. So you tell me, you got 2 hours devoted to yoga, 22 hours no yoga, letting the mind just run amok, doing whatever it wants to do. Which force is going to predominate in your life? Yoga or amok? Here's where the math comes in. You got 22 hours versus 2 hours. I would say amok is in the lead 11-1. It's just arithmetic. You don't need to be a spiritual scholar to figure it out. So the very first encounter was life transforming. And I will say to this day, most weekends we offer programs here. I have the opportunity many times to read the evaluations, and what people consistently say, it was transformative. Their lives have been changed. We hear that from people who take our month-long teacher trainings, from people who take our month-long light program, living yoga training. It's an immersion, and something awakens within. So what I'm trying to say, this experience is not limited to when one individual walked the earth and embodied that for so many people. It's alive and present today through the teachings, through the community. In the Buddhist tradition, they say there's a triple treasure, the triple treasure. They define it as the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. The Buddha is the spiritual teacher. They come to give the original transmission, but they can't be with us always. The teachings are with us always, but even the teachings, sometimes we forget. Sometimes we get distracted or bored. That's where the Sangha comes in. The like-minded seekers who march together toward the goal. I have a definition of the spiritual path that came to my mind about a year ago, just through careful observation and many years of personal experience. So this was the profound insight I had about the spiritual path. Stumble, bumble, helter-skelter, somehow we'll get there together. That's my insight. I think there's an African saying, if you want to go faster, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. That's what. So that was my first experience with Swami Satchidananda, and there were 55 years more densely packed. Actually, in his body, I think maybe, 32 years. He passed in 2022. But for me, I experienced that presence today.
In 2002.
Is that what I said, or?
No, you said 22.
No, 2002, thank you. 2002. But I guess, again, it's so present for me. When I think that was so many years ago, it's hard for me to believe. Because he, in bodily form, walked every inch of this property. every inch. And through our practice, our meditation, our group spiritual endeavors together, this whole place is vibrating with that energy. It's just Can you feel it? Do you feel it here? Some people say when they come back from Charlottesville, because most of us go to Charlottesville at least weekly for errands or appointments or meetings, there's a certain point on the road when you're coming back that all of a sudden it feels like you're entering another atmosphere. People say that. Okay, let's see another question. Okay, thank you, Swami Karunananda, for coming to share your wisdom with us this evening. My question regards Raja Yoga, the ancient science of the mind. If Raja Yoga's primary text is the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and if this text is hundreds to thousands of years old, are its theories and practices still relevant today? This is interesting. Wouldn't current sciences such as psychology, quantum mechanics, theory of relativity, string theory be more useful in teaching how to master the mind and understand the universe? I don't know who put this in, but it must be someone who knows me, because of late, I've been absolutely immersed in the time that I have extra, quote unquote extra, intensively studying quantum mechanics, the theory of relativity, and string theory. And these were my interests prior, and they're resurfacing now for some reason. But what I am seeing in my exploration of that is that the technology now has become so much more subtle in what it can perceive on the physical material plane, that to me it feels like the scientists are pushing up against the portal of what the ancient yogic philosophers discovered by their own inner meditation and contemplation, especially the Sankhya philosophy, which is considered the cousin to Raja Yoga. So it's all coming together in very beautiful ways. But the science of Raja Yoga, absolutely, totally, completely as relevant today as it has been through past millennia. The qualities that I admire most and resonate most deeply in my heart with respect to those teachings, see how these words sound and feel to you in light of what's important in modern times. Accessibility, inclusivity, universality, generosity of spirit, and total compassion. That's what I feel and experience in reading the Yoga Sutras. Sutra means thread. You have 196 phrases, not even complete sentences. It's like words that have been threaded together like pearls on a string. They are what is known in English as aphorisms, pithy statements packed with meaning. And through the ages, great mystics, philosophers, saints, sages, and scholars have unpacked those concentrated statements and shared their understanding and experience with respect to them. And in the name of Raja Yoga, that is what we study. It's a totally comprehensive system that addresses every aspect of the individual, all levels of interaction in life. It goes from our most gross, outer social interactions to our most inner, subtle, mental experiences, systematically leading to us the highest transcendental spiritual realization. It starts with 2 branches. There are 8 limbs. The first 2 provide an ethical foundation. Different things we're supposed to abstain from, other precepts that we're supposed to observe. 10 in each, sort of like the 10 Commandments, or the Dasasila in Buddhism. Concepts such as nonviolence, truthfulness, non-stealing, non-greed, purity, contentment, spiritual study, devotion to a higher divine source. So it sort of governs how we move through life, the social level. Then asana, the physical level, but bringing it in more closely, our immediate physical level, our own body, making it easeful, eliminating all the toxins and impurities, making it strong and steady. After that, pranayama, we move from the physical level to the vital level, the energetic level of our being, removing all blocks, balancing the flow, optimizing the energy in our system. Okay? Next level, pratyahara, sense withdrawal. So now we're dealing directly with the mind in another way, but the most physical level of the mind, the part of the mind that goes out through the senses to experience objects. We're learning how to control that. So we can draw the mind in and meditate well. Then the 3 stages of meditation come. First, dharana, concentration, followed by dhyana, meditation, followed by samadhi, contemplation or absorption, realization. In concentration, you try to fix the mind on one point. It goes elsewhere, you bring it back. It's that sort of process. When your mind begins to linger longer on your object, concentration flows into what is called meditation. In meditation, your mind is continually flowing in a smooth current toward your object. When your mind begins to linger longer on that object, concentration flows into samadhi, the higher experience. In effect, you merge with the object and gain knowledge and mastery over it. And Raja Yoga leads you from physical objects to subtle objects, to the mind itself, to beyond, to the ultimate transcendental experience. Why is that important? Why is that worth pursuing? The idea behind this whole system is freedom. People sometimes think of yoga as this mystical union with the individual soul and the supreme consciousness. Truly speaking, there's no union, because truly speaking, there isn't even a separation. We feel separate, then we realize that we are one with the universe, one with the infinite power that animates everyone and everything. But the real I say the way you can really understand the benefit, there's a definition of yoga in the Bhagavad Gita that doesn't speak about union. It speaks about the end of union. And it says yoga is the end of union with suffering. The end of suffering. Or more detailed explanation, the end of union with that which experiences suffering, the body, and in particular, the mind. So even though we're embodied, we overcome, we transcend suffering because we realize ourselves to be the eternal spirit within us. Does it sound worth pursuing? I think so. I staked my life on it. Freedom from all suffering, freedom from all sorrow, fear, delusion, freedom from grief, from loss, from jealousy, freedom from the past, freedom from the future, the ability to be in the present moment and experience the oneness that unites all creation. Instead of living on the level of what is called duality, being endlessly tossed by the pairs of opposites, hot, cold, loss, gain, pleasure, pain, success, failure. Sound familiar? It's like we're buffeted all the time. Gurudev used to say, become a good surfer on the waves of life. Instead of being tossed and thrown by the waves, ride them like a hero and enjoy the ride. And I would say, given the world we live in at this moment of our collective human journey, I think it would be very useful for all of us to learn how to ride those waves with peace, ease, and skill. And if we can do that, it's not only good for us, it's a blessing for everyone else that we come into contact with, and even those that we don't physically come into contact with, just putting out that vibration into the universe. So, do you think Raja Yoga is relevant? It's so practical. He's so universal. At one point in book 1, it has 4 sections called padas or portions or books. He gives you a list of different potential objects for meditation. You can meditate on this or that or this or that, a whole list. And I always visualize Patanjali speaking in an open courtyard to a large group of students. And he's going through these things. Meditate on a sound, meditate on a form, meditate on the heart, meditate on a great soul's mind, meditate on something you dreamed about. He goes, the experience in deep sleep, he goes on and on and on, naming potential objects to meditate on, and I can see the students going, no, I don't like that. No, I don't think that's for me. And he's looking at all these people, impossible to please. And finally he says, or meditate on anything you want, as long as it is uplifting. Just to give you a little sense of his understanding of the human mind, of our limitations and our aspirations, and how we can embrace and keep everyone in the room. In the room. Make sense? Okay, one more question, and I'm getting the signal. What are some of the most satisfying moments? What are some of the more challenging moments? Well, I think I've addressed some of the most satisfying moments, basically finding my teacher, finding my path, finding a community of people who are there to walk together to fulfill that. What are some of the more challenging moments? Every moment has its challenges. If you're alert, awake, and aware of what is happening. Swami Satchidananda used to say, trust and test go together. The more you trust in the higher power, the more you are tested. So those challenges come. It isn't like you reach a certain point or you're really sincere, so God says, okay, the rest of the time is going to be like skipping through a meadow of flowers. It's not like that. One of my favorite quotes is from Mother Teresa. Here you have a saintly individual who literally changed the lives of millions of souls. And given her greatness, she used to say, God never gives us more than we can handle. Sometimes I just wish he didn't trust me so much. So it's all a matter of perspective and how we meet the moment. Do we meet it with the courage and the faith to learn the lesson and grow? Or do we face it with anger, resentment, and inner rebellion? And I think as we march forward, speaking for myself, you have good days, better days, best days, and then some days it feels like the bar is set so high that it's very challenging, very challenging. So when that happens, afterwards you reflect, see what happened outwardly, inwardly, behaviorally, try to understand, learn the lesson, and then keep walking. The only failure on the spiritual path, the absolutely only failure, is to give up. And I'll end with a couple of quotes that have really been beacons for me. One is from the Tirukkural, a scripture from South India that says, most people fail on the verge of success. And the same truth is echoed in the Dade Ching of the Taoist faith. People usually fail on the verge of success. Therefore, the secret is to give as much care to the end as to the beginning, and then there will be no failure. So march on, reach out when you need support, don't give up, and in the fullness of time, at the perfect moment, all success, all fruition, all peace, joy, love, and light will be yours to experience. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Swami Karunananda, for that beautiful talk and answers to some of these big questions on how we can take our practices and help ourselves lead better lives. And I particularly love the part about yoga giving this little promise of this freedom from the identity or attachment to suffering, this misidentification to suffering. And keep on marching on. What a theme as we're entering Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. So MLK weekend, freedom seems to be the theme tonight, and many ways to get there, many paths. Thank you. All right, a few announcements. Next Saturday, Tom Spector will be here at Satsang to speak to us on visiting seriously ill patients. We hope you can join us live in person or on Vimeo or YouTube as we stream live. Satsang can also be seen as well as live online. It can be seen recorded on our Vimeo and YouTube pages as well. So if you enjoyed tonight's talk or any other talks and you want to go back and view some of those teachings, please feel free to check out our web pages. At this point, we will now prepare for an arati. An arati is an offering of light. This offering of light will be accompanied by the Jyoti chant, which describes the way the light expresses itself in the world. And we can find that Jyoti chant at the bottom of the yellow page here on the back side. This small candlelight symbolizes the divine light within each of us, and it's offered to a larger light on stage, which represents the divine cosmic light. Finally, at some point, the light during the chant, the light will come around and be offered to the various sages and saints, honoring their wisdom, around the room. And then finally, that light will be offered to each one of us, and you can feel free to bathe in that light, take the light in, and honor that light within and without. Please stand for the arati. Om Jyoti 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 Swayam Jyoti 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 Param Jyoti 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 Aru Jyoti 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 Shivam Vamma Jyoti Soma Jyoti Vana Jyoti Jnana Jyoti Maha Jyoti Yoga Jyoti Vata Jyoti Nada Jyoti Ema Jyoti Vyoma Jyoti Eru Jyoti Viru Jyoti Eka Jyoti Eka Jyoti Eka Jyoti Jyoti He. Light, O light of self-effulgence, light, O light of absoluteness, light, O light of gracefulness, light, O light of auspiciousness, light of Shiva, light of moon, light divine, light of wisdom, light of heaven, light of yoga, light of wind, light of sound, light, delight, light of water, rising light, vital light, the only light, give us light, O light of light. You may be seated, and we'll join together in the closing prayers or slokas. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead us from unreal to real. Lead us from darkness to the light. Lead us from the fear of death to knowledge of immortality. Lom Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. May the light of truth overcome all darkness. Jai Shri Sadguru Satchidananda Ji Maharaj Ki.